Hey, Faulkner Fixes All here as usual. It's a very cold day, the heater is on, and it's gonna snow tonight. So, the best thing to do is to work on a Schwinn. Remember, folks, this is the only channel that matters. Okay. So, I hope everyone's doing good. Yeah, we put some remover on the chain guard, and it did not turn out great. It did not, but you can see some sky blue on there. You can kind of make out collegiate right here. And it was a sport model. And what that means is this bike originally had drop bars, like those bars there. Well, probably steel. And sky blue wrap, which I have. I have plenty of sky blue wrap. But I don't really like drop bar bikes. They're okay if the bike is designed for that and it has skinny tires and 10 speeds. But Schwinn made a 5-speed with drop bars. And I believe the Collegiate Sport is the only one to ever do that. It's the only one to ever, like Schwinn ever did that to. So without further ado, less talk and more work. So we're going to put this chain guard on. And then we're going to put the derailleur on. Oh, by the way, I already got these cranks on. Behind the scenes, I was working tirelessly. I found some 67 dated cranks that were pretty decent. And this is a 5-speed ring. I think Fred gave me this 5-speed ring. It's thin right here to accept the 5-speed chain. Anyway, let's put this on real quick and get going here. You know, we've got stuff to do. You know. First I gotta find a wrench. There it is. Yeah, hope everyone's doing good out there, you know. We're cruising along on our projects. And yeah, we're just trying to get this. I got this big welding job coming in, and none of these bikes can be in here when I start there's this giant welding job, and you know, you got to pay the bills. So I want to at least try to finish this one, at least make it a runner. The Copper Tone Varsity, I'll probably just shuffle that down to the basement for now. It does roll and the kickstand works, but this, I want to actually get this one as a runner. Just because I've been working on it, and for some reason I just love bikes with chain guards. And I will not put drop bars on this bike. No, not on my watch. Anyway, let's pop this on here. Look, they give you a little hole there to reach in. Look at that. Reach in there and deal with it. Yeah, it is a Collegiate Sport, which is, you know, it's got this little sport emblem there, what's left of it. And that designates that it was a 10-speed, well, not 10-speed, it was a 5-speed with drop bars. That's what that's about. And I just don't know what the big deal on that was. I mean, I always think a Schwinn with a chain guard, you know, is nice. And I don't know why you would even put drop bars on a bike with 5 speeds. I mean, you know. I mean, yeah, it's a 5-speed. You have upright bars. I don't know what Schwinn's thinking was that. Maybe kids they couldn't deal with the 10-speed. It was too complicated, so they had the 10-speed bars and they could be a Collegiate Sport. Anyway, this little piece goes on the back here, behind the chain guard. And the reason is because it has this little curve on it. You see the slight curve action there? And that goes on the curved part of this frame. Goes right there. And that's why it's curved. Okay, get back over there. Quit messing around. Let's talk, more work. Come on, Faulkner. Come on, Faulkner, do some work. It's always amazing what people comment about. It's always amazing. what people are talking about in the comments. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I do a lot of work. This isn't the only thing I do, folks. I work on a lot of different stuff. I make frames for my wife's artwork. I make bike prints on Etsy. You can see that at John Faulkner Design on Etsy. There's bicycle gear prints I make. Okay, that's good. Not rubbing. Yeah, I do a lot of work, folks. I'm not just sitting around eating bonbons, sitting on the sofa. Okay, let's put the derailleur on real quick. Not a Schwinn derailleur. Sorry, don't have a good one. This is a Shimano 400 FF. It's not a bad derailleur. It's missing a little trim cap here. Something's going on there. Some broken piece. But all I know is the springs on it are really good. And the action is really good. And yes, it's a Shimano part. But this is just going to be for, you know, clunking around on some trails. It's not going to be a show bike. Obviously, the paint is not there for that. And I'm not reselling this. It's my size. The frame is of a decent size for me. So this is just my answer to something with 5 speeds to go thrashing around on. Okay, so we got the derailleur in. Spring is good. Spring's good there. Spring's good there. The spring is really good on this one. I hate to say it, but it's a little superior to the ordinary Schwinn derailleurs that came on this. Were kind of clunky, and they would wear, and the springs, they just get really hard to maneuver, and they don't have this extra spring, you know. There's like this spring built in here that helps, whereas the Schwinn one only has one spring here, and it's kind of a lever action. I can show you one real quick. They're great, but they're not. Yeah. See, on this one, on this style, this is just a friction. That piece is supposed to be behind there, but this is just a friction thing here. There's no spring, and there's a spring here, you know, and there's a spring this way back and forth. But with the Shimano style and other styles, you've got a spring there, you've got this spring, and you have that spring. Where the Schwinn doesn't have a spring here. So when you're modifying things and changing gears, making things smaller or taller, it helps. You know, I hate to recommend it, but this one only works decently with Schwinn wheels and certain Schwinn cogs on the back. That has to be correct for this, for 10 speed. Whereas, you know, one of these with all these springs and actions, you can get some modification out of it. And yeah, is it wrong to use a Shimano on a Schwinn? Probably, but some varsities came with Shimano in the 70s anyway. So all right, let's get the wheel going on here. Now, this is just, how many minutes are we in here? Oh, we're doing good. I have not repacked this or fixed any cones. What we're gonna do is slap a ring on here, put some grease on these threads, put this new freewheel on, and put it on and put the chain on, just to make sure everything's working right. And then later, I'll pull this apart. We won't put the whammy tighten on this, and I'll re-grease it and change one of the cones. But we need to get this bike to where I know it's going to go together nicely once I get the wheels on the rims. And, you know, yeah, we're supposed to repack this hub, but we're kind of jumping the gun here. I'd really like to get this on the ground at some point. So Fred gave me this. Thank you, Fred. It was covered with silver paint on this backside. Oh, and by the way, when your derailleur is unadjusted and the chain goes in between and gets wedged in between there, this is what happens. See these little dents? These little dents here? That's because the chain went down inside there and crunched against the rim and did all that. Now I probably could use this one, but I'm not going to. I have a better one that Fred gave me. that has never happened to yet. Anyway, there's some silver paint on here. I got a lot of it off. I really tried. You know, it's good. Okay, we're gonna put that on. We got some grease on here. See the grease? So we can get it back off. Pop this on. We could have wiped that off a little bit. Yeah, let's not be too messy here. Yeah. Okay. Details. All right, so that's on. Thread this on. Now we could use a chain whip and tighten the heck out of it, but we're not going to, because I'm going to take this back apart and rebuild the cones, and we'll rebuild it. Now if you see this space here, that's good. That means you're doing good. When you see this space here, this will tighten up and crunch that a little more, but that means the chain can get up there and not rub against here. There are different styles. Like you could use one of these. Use one of these styles. You could use one of these. This one's mangled, but you could use it if it was good shape. And then there's this kind that clips on the spokes too. I hate these. They break apart while you're riding. Okay, that's a brand new freewheel. Let's pop it on. And we'll put the chain on. You know, we're just kind of dialing in the running gear right now. We're just, you know, tires and repacking hubs can come later. Let's pop this in real quick and we'll put the chain on. And then we know chain, derailleur, and back wheel are decent. Okay, almost looking like a bike now. And this is the world's worst 16mm wrench, but it's what I have. It's completely wrong for this application. Hey, if anybody's got a Schwinn approved 16mm out there, send it to me. I want it. Good. All right, you guys still here? Yep, you're still here. Where are you going? You're not going nowhere. Where are you going? Nowhere. Okay, so all right, that's in. It's looking good here. World's worst 16mm. The incredibly wrong bend for this bike to be using. Okay, that's pretty centered. I can see this pretty good. God, I hate this wrench. Not bad. All right, let's pop the chain on and we'll get the chain link right and we'll just see if this is going to be working. I can tell you right now, it's going to be working. It's a little bit out of adjustment, and we'll adjust it before we even put the chain on. We're that good. And I'll show you how. Okay, so I'm pushing this in with my thumb. I don't have a cable on this yet. I'm just pushing it in with my thumb. If you notice, it's already rubbing against everything. You know, if it was down here with the chain on, it would be making noise. It would be hitting that. All right, so we know that. We know that it would hit. So we don't need a chain or anything. We just shove this in until it's about to hit. And we start adjusting this one here. The top one. Oh, the screwdriver's not very good. Maybe I should use a Phillips. No, it's not very good. Yeah, this screw is not the greatest screw. It's been messed with quite a few times. I was doing better with that other screwdriver. Dang. Let's try this Phillips. That's doing something. Okay, so boom. Okay, probably went too far. Yeah, we did. We went too far. Back this out a little. A little too far. That's close. That is really close. Okay, that's just about perfect. If the chain was on, it would get first gear. No problem. And this needs to go way in. I can see that this gear, this high gear, if we let off, if say there was a cable on this and we let off right now, this high gear would only probably be on third or fourth. So we definitely got to back this off a wee bit. And the spring is so good on this, you can see it coming in right now. That's good. All right, let's sight down it. And it's close. Yeah, that's really close. We should probably put the chain on and then go from there. Yes, with the chain on you can get it more accurate, but you don't have to have the chain on. Like, we know that that's not going to hit the freewheel protector, and it's on first. And this goes all the way in, and it's just about on fifth. So you know what? Let's put the chain on and go from there. We still don't know if this derailleur will even work. I have my doubts. There's a lot of adjustment and springs and all that good stuff, but it's not a Schwinn part. It is not a Schwinn part. It wasn't meant to be on this bike. So, you know, that's an issue. We're going into the unknown here. Like, is this going to go down far enough not to catch on the first gear when it's in? Is it going to have enough spring to do what it needs to do? So let's take our world's cheapest chain out. Concord. Yeah, this is a really cheap chain. You can imagine what box store I got this from. It starts with a W. That's a pretty cheap chain. And it smells terrible. And there's no master link. Oh, well, look at that. Man, they don't even give you a snap link. Wow. Where is it? Where's the snap link? Where is it? Man, what a cheap chain. I doubt this is even long enough. Okay, they don't give you a snap link, but they do give you a pre-pressed link to put in. Wow. That's really righteous of them. Okay. So, who needs a snap link anyway, right? All right, so we're going in. We're going to go in here. We're going to leave that little press link on the bottom. Oh God, this is such a cheap chain. I'm sorry, folks. You get what you pay for. And this is definitely a cheapie. I hope it's even long enough. I have my doubts. Oh, I'm seeing a problem already. Yep, I'm seeing a problem. Oh yeah, I'm seeing a problem. Nothing we can't fix. We'll have to make this bolt smaller. Or take it out and switch it around. I'm not quite sure what's going on. It shouldn't be that bad. It should be right on the money, but okay, we're spinning that around so I can get to it. You see it coming out of the bottom there. Okay. Okay, so Now, theoretically, I should have this shifter hooked up. Yeah, you know what? The chain is so shy. I think we're just gonna put it on and go from there. I don't think I'm taking any links out. If anything, I'm gonna be adding links. Yeah, this is rough. Wow, I can't believe how. Well, you know, when you buy a $11 chain, this is what you get. You guys still there? Okay. Now, I put the pin out. Remember I was telling you guys earlier, put the pin out when you do this. Then you can get your chain tool in here. If it's in the other way, you're fighting, you know? And it should be nice. Everything should be just nice and breezy. Like no brainer. Like buy a better chain. You know, buy a chain with a snap link. You know, something like that. Let's bring that in a little more. It wasn't quite good. Okay, that feels good. It's a little tight, and I'm going to work it back and forth. And now it's loose. Okay. Kind of. A little wedge in there, I guess. Yeah, okay. All right, so let's bring it around. Oops. Let's bring it around. Okay, so we didn't even take a link out or anything, and I'm afraid that it's already going to be pretty short. When it goes up to this gear, it's going to be way up there like that. And there's another problem. There's this fender bolt in the way. And unfortunately, I think we're going to have to take that snap washer off or spin this bolt around the other way, but let's see if it even will shift past that. I don't know what's going on there, but let's see. And it'll go past it. Okay, it will go past it. Oh, yeah. I think we're okay. I mean, that's tight. The chain's a bit tight, but there's room. There's even room for more. All right, so we're in first, and it's compressed all the way, and it's not rubbing on that, which is really good. So we're gonna go to second. There's second. There's third, fourth. And with this bolt in the way, I don't know. Yeah, we got issues there. Yeah, we got to do something with this. Let's take that out. We can't be having that. I think if I take the... I'm not quite sure what to do, actually. Let's see here. I mean, the bolt should be there, you know. I could shave down the bolt. There is a lock washer on there that's not one of those flat star kind. I think that's the problem. I've got one of these on there, and it's not the star kind. I think for now we're just going to put this backwards. And until I find a star washer, I'll just pull a no-no and put this backwards. Yeah, it's supposed to be the other way. I agree. We'll just put this backwards for now. Okay. All right, so let's see if this shifts. Yeah, there's fifth. All right, it's good. A little dust on that freewheel. It's been sitting in the wood shop here. Yeah. Anyway, we did pretty good on the adjustment. We just eyeballed that. We didn't even adjust it with the chain on. And it's looking pretty good. That's just for me eyeballing where it should be. And with this bolt switch the other way, which we will deal with. We'll shave this down on the lathe, or we'll get a star washer. Something has to be different there. And maybe the first couple times we actually ride it, this might shove in more and crunch this freewheel protector in a little more. And maybe that's the problem. We need to actually use a chain whip or go riding with it, and it should spiral in, and then we can put that bolt the right way. So remember, if your chain is hitting that bolt, you're not going to get fifth gear, and you're going to have a bad day, okay? Anyway, there's fifth. And let's put you over here and we'll run it through the gears. Yeah, that's a good bird's eye view for you. Okay, so we're in fifth. We're pretending like we're using the cable. So there's fifth, fourth, third. Good strong third, that's good. That's the gear you're in the most. Second, first. Sounds pretty good. Sounds nice and clicky. And let's just let go of this and see if it goes all the way to fifth. You guys ready? Oh yeah. Okay. That's about as far as we can get today. I'm still waiting on these forks. And what I might do, I have another pair of forks that are incorrect. They're red. Or I have some opaque blue ones though as well. And I might just throw them in temporarily while I'm waiting for the other ones to come. And then we can cable up all this stuff. You know, we can put the stem in, we can put the levers on, we can put the 5-speed shifter on. And then when the right forks come, we just quickly change the fork, let that stuff hang on the cables and change the forks. Then we can get all the brakes and cables in. We can have everything dialed in. Front brake can just be hanging. You know, and you get the right fork. Bob's your uncle. You pop it in there, and you got a sky blue collegiate. Okay, so like I say, this is a sport model. And the sport model collegiate had drop bars. I think it was only for a few years they offered it. It's kind of lame, in my opinion, to have a bike with a chain guard and drop bars. Because when you see chain guard, you think fenders, chain guard, upright bars, comfort, you know, blue and white as seat, nice rubber pedals. You don't think 10-speed jarring down the road, drop bars racing. You think nice mellow stuff, you know. Okay, well, we're here, we got a few minutes left. Let's run a tap in here and make sure this baby's good. Let's do the left side. The left side is always damaged. Let's see what we got here. Okay, here's the left crank. And we're going to pretend to loosen this. Oh yeah, these are good. Look, I'm just spinning this in by hand. That's no problem there. Yeah, those threads are good. I must have tapped this out. It was sitting in my parts bin. I think it's a 1968 cranks for a Hollywood or something. Let's try the other side too. I think it was sitting in my parts bin, and I may have already tapped it out because I didn't see much coming out of there. All right, let's try this one. Oh yeah, we're golden. Yeah. I think I already tapped these. Oh, there's a little. I better get the handle. Where's the handle? Oh, there it is. There's a little in there. It's not bad. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. This is 1/2 inch National Fine. This left side is 1/2 inch fine LF, left hand thread. You can get these taps all day at any store, Granger, you know, Ace, whatever. But to get a left hand tap, you got to order it. And the reason I sprayed all these orange is because occasionally I put these back where they go. I put them back in the box of taps. And when you're looking for these sizes to work on a bike, there's so many taps in there. I just got tired of looking for taps for 20 minutes. And when these do end up back where they should go, they're painted orange, so I know that these fit bikes. It's just a habit. Like, why dig around in a box of taps for 20 minutes upset because you can't find it? If you do put it back in the box and it's sprayed orange, you know these fit bikes. So no big loss. So some orange paint got on the threads. Who cares? I know it fits this style crank. Okay, so let's see. What else? We got this goofy thing up here we got to take off. Let's get that off of there. I just had this on here so I could use the clamp on there when I was dealing with the frame, painting it and clear coating it and stuff. But we don't need that anymore. Not where we're going. And here is a nice faded blue and white seat, kind of green by now. Let's go ahead and chuck that on. Yeah, let's keep going here. Like I say, I gotta get this one done really soon. I got this big welding job coming in, and this stand cannot be here. The bike might be able to be here under some plastic over there, but this stand can't be in my way. And that said, the bike has to roll and have a kickstand. So we are waiting for this fork to come. And until then, I might throw another fork in just so we can cable it all up and get it to where when the right fork comes, we just quickly switch it over, test it out, and it is a running bike. I'm just putting the stem seat post down to a safer position. I had it up there. I had it up there pretty high. Wow, that looks great already. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, there's no wheel and tire. There's no tube, liner, or tire. Yeah, that bolt is switched around the wrong way. We know this. First time we pedal it, this area here will decrease, and that freewheel will move that way in a little bit, crunching this even tighter. You could probably even move this a little bit right now. So when that crunches in a little more, then we should be able to switch this bolt around the correct way. Also, there's no cable, no pedals, no fork, but we do have a pretty decent, there's a hop. It's not bad. You know, these old Schwinn rims, you're lucky to get it that good. Not bad. Schwinn collegiate sport model that we are not putting drop bars on. Sorry, not on my watch. Hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, you should. Welcome to all the fantastic videos I have. This is probably going to go in the Schwinn S5 collegiate section. I'm starting to put these in sections so people can just type on the playlist and find Schwinn 10-speed, Schwinn S5 bikes. There's some car stuff on there too. So I'm trying to categorize these. Oh, and I got these too. I'll show you before I sign off. These are kind of cool. You know, they're super cheap. These are the right color. You know. When you get these, always recrimp them on the ends here. Right here. Make sure that's crimped. The people in the factory are moving pretty fast, and I don't know if people are getting whipped or there's a quota or what's happening, but the people that put these brake pads together, they're moving pretty quick. So make sure you recrimp those. Oh, and throw these washers away. Yeah. Yeah, don't use these washers. They're snap washers. They're wrong. All they do is catch into this and ruin it and make it bad. They barely even... Oops, I just dropped.